It is the
Vendy Blendy.
Not technically, but Corey had a great idea and said, let's not be lazy and wait till the last minute this year. This was our theme of 2023.
Yeah.
If the twins had a tagline, not to be our typical sauce, if the twins had a tagline, what would it be?
It always gets done. Might not be pretty.
Not elegant. There's no sleep involved. But we thought if we kind of started early, which August is a bit early.
Yes.
But the holidays come at us so
August
fast.
is almost over.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
It's
ridiculous.
technically September.
And September, people switch over to things. So Vendy Blendy. So the Vendor Blender, and we're going to talk about it. This is a pre-Vendy Blendy hype podcast.
Yes.
To incentivize Vendys to sign up.
Vendy's for you to incentivize your favorite vendors to sign up.
If you are hearing this, the Vendor Blender application is open at sugarcookiemarketing.com/Vendy. But let us spend the next hour convincing vendors to sign up and why they should. So let's talk about it. You know Meredith Parnell. She was a Vendy Blendy, her and her husband, first year, second year. This is the third year.
Okay.
She said, ain't nobody. She's Sugar Dash Co. Cookie cutters. Ain't nobody spend like the Vendy Blendy spends.
Yeah. It's so let's cover what is the Vendy Blendy. Original name, Vendor Blender. Heather randomly changed it.
Because it was $3,000 URL. I'm cheap before money.
So explain what the Vendy Blendy is to someone who's just hearing these words for the first time.
I would love to have claimed the concept, but vendor blenders are actually a lot in I worked in commercial restoration
Marketing,
and they had vendor blenders. Mm-hmm. They work the opposite, meaning that the buyers come to you versus the sellers trying to find the buyers. So it's a reverse vendor fair, right?
Okay.
But the benefit of it is that we use our leverage to bully the vendors into offering steeper discounts on the caveat that we absolutely prostitute out their names.
So it's a win-win. So if that made no sense to you, imagine being in a group that had discounts for bakers. You being a baker, you get to get in there, you get to wipe out your budget for the rest of the year.
So you're thinking, okay, so what does it cost for me to join? It costs you as the consumer nothing. All you are asked to do is show up with your wallet open. And the deals that the vendors are required to offer is 20% or more.
Yeah, they got to make it good enough for you to want to buy.
Yeah, and vendors, if you're like, well, then why should I do this? Because vendors, I'm going to go through our social media accounts to tell you who we're going to pummel with your name.
Yeah, because our job is to get people pending for the group.
And so Corey and I are playing manager, so we got to get vendors in there so people want to buy from them, and then we got to get people who want to buy from them to get more vendors. So
and we just so happen to be marketers, so
it's like we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. So what it costs to be a Vendy is $150. Corey and I use it to go splurge at Tyson's Mall. You never see us again after this. Just kidding. We actually take all the vendors' money and pool it in to do a giveaway. Last year was an Eddie. This year I'm switching it up to 2 Carbon X1 bamboo 3D printers, which is the printer that I have, and I am now considering it my child.
Yeah, and if that didn't even sound good, I guess I have to buy something to be able to be entered to win this door prize. Absolutely
wrong.
Not.
You actually just have to be in the group. So you say, okay, well, let me join the group. No, you can't join it. Actually, you can join it on November 25th, and then you're actually kicked out on November 25th.
Let's do the who, what? When, where, why.
Okay,
who, what, when, where, why. Okay.
Who do you want to do? Are we talking to the consumer or are we talking to the Vendy?
We're talking, I feel like more consumers would listen to this than vendors.
But maybe the consumers will bully the vendors.
Yeah, so let's give the consumer what they need to
buyer, cookie cutter hoarder. We're speaking to you, but we need you to go tell your favorite vendor.
I know when you heard about the Vendy Blendy, you thought in your mind there's a shop, a cutter shop, a supply shop, and you're like, I really wish they would be a part of the Vendor Blender this year.
I would suspect that the more of you that ask these Vendys to Blendy, the more likely they will to buy in. And I'm going to harass them on my end. If you guys, maybe in your little checkout in their order form, you can add those. Like, are you in the Vendy Blender?
Well, first off, tell them how many people we have at our fingertips that we can market to.
So Corey and I have been hitting the pavement this year in 2023 to grow these social profiles, of which we're going to harass with your shop name. And here is what we'd be looking at the group, the Facebook groups, 42,000 in the main group, 42,000.
That's a lot.
I'm going to throw content at them. They'll be sick of it.
Yeah, they'll love it. We'll make them annoyed that they even learn the word Vendy Blendy.
Exactly. And so Instagram, 15,166.
I've worked for every single one of those people.
It is really hard to grow on Instagram, but Corey has fought for all 1,166. Facebook like. So Facebook has two numbers, the like and follow. Not sure what either do. 12,125, but the big number is 104,000.
104.
So we're talking just for these accounts right here. I'm going to just we're talking 130,000 people.
Wow.
That doesn't include the 40,000 in the group, but I can add that in there. You may be thinking, is there overlap? Just a little bit.
There's some. And in the baking group, there's 14.
Okay, I'm adding the baking group and the cookie college as well. And those profiles I talked about, we're at 188,000. But we're not done. There's more. TikTok, Corey's tried real hard, 9,700.
Really?
I'm going to add that their podcast. Now, here's a podcast. It drops every week. So really, I'm going to take all 4 weeks of the month.
Okay.
That puts us at 219,000 people.
200.
Multiply that by 2, and that's how many ears this heron. Your name. YouTube is only 1,000, but I promise I'm going to work on it harder.
Heather
I will blow the dust
off. You can
off.
see where we've dropped the ball on
Okay,
YouTube.
Newsletter. There's some overlap here, but you will be in every newsletter, which is around we're over 5,000
Listen,
signups.
if we know anything about marketing, there's 7 touch points. If we don't catch them on the pod, we're going to catch them in the newsletter.
So total out the door, you're looking per month of reaching 241,000 for $150.
241,000 people for $150.
Yeah,
that's less than a cent a person.
That is. Well, I'm not going to add an extra 0 because there's so many people. 240,000.
No one's going to quote this number to
Yeah,
anybody.
no, it's not coming out to the number I want. So I'm going to need you to chat. Oh, sorry, I did my math problem backwards. Boop, boop. So per ear, per listening, 214, 1, 2, 3, you'll be looking at 0.0007th of a penny.
Wow.
You're not going to get that deal anywhere else.
You won't. So, what is the Vendy Blendy?
So the Vendy Blendy is a single day event. It was actually requested by the group. They said, hey, you have a lot of pool. What if you guys got some vendors together to give us a discount on Black Friday? And then we said, well, that sounds hilarious. Let's do it. So what we do on our end is we pull together a bunch of vendors that have to offer 20% or more on Black Friday only. At the end of Black Friday, everything disappears. Super FOMO, super fun.
You might think but everyone's offering discounts. What makes yours so special? The thing that makes it special is they're in one place.
Yes.
So you're not having to go to 50 million sites, check your email to find everyone's deal. Some people do weird staggered times it's 10% off now and then 15%.
This one is required 20% off more your entire shop the entire Friday.
Yeah. So it's everything you want in one place. Your cutter shops.
They also are forced to share the same discount code.
Which made it even easier. So it wasn't save 10 here and then buy more here. It was everyone had the same discount code. So you could just plug and play and you could get back to your day. Is that right?
Yeah, I like that. We're going to steal it. It'll be our tagline for 2024. Plug and play. Back to your day. But that's a fun thing about the Vendy Blendy is it's actually all pretty well organized. And I think that's a benefit we bring to it is that, let's say at midnight when you get let into this group, so you penned to the vend up until midnight Eastern Standard Time on Black Friday. And then when you go in, everything is already organized for you. There's every discount code, there's every shop, there's every link. And then if you want to loiter throughout the day, the vendors will actually display and try out their own products through posts. They can do a Facebook Live, they can do 2 posts, and they can do a door prize.
You might be thinking to yourself, well, twins, if you're going to market that much, that means there's going to be thousands of people that are going to join that group. How will I be able to see the sales?
You tell us.
I thought you were going to say it.
There are thousands of people out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The only people that can post in the group are the vendors. So you're not going to have to wade through a million posts to see what is actually on sale.
The only people who are allowed to post are the vendors. Actually, they're on post approval as well. So I approve their posts throughout the day. I think Amy volunteers sometimes. She likes to watch
We cover it in shifts.
Yeah. And then throughout the day, you can kind of cash in on these sales. And then towards the end of the day, you get reckless. And I just kind of start removing the rules. Because
isn't it the vendors get 3 posts that they can do?
They get 3 posts with their $150 sign up. If they want to offer a door prize, they get an additional post for the door prize.
Nice. Is it one of those posts like a Facebook Live they can do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 2 image posts that anything they want. And then 1 is a demonstration Facebook Live, limited 10 minutes, but I'm not one to enforce it.
You might be also thinking twins, my heyday of staying up past midnight was a long time ago. What if I just want to get in there?
Mine too.
What if I just want to get in there? At the top of the group will be pinned the discounts with each shop. And Heather became genius last year. I don't know what happened the first year. Of having the same discount code. So you're not having to go leave the shop, go back to Facebook and see what the discount code is. It'll all be pinned at the top with their website. So you could skip all the posts from the vendor groups and just go shop your own.
Here's a big thing, though. If we don't have the minimum required 20 vendors, we don't do it at all.
We don't.
We have yet not to. We've actually overshot the minimum of 20. But if we don't get 20, then we can't do the giveaways. You might say, well, I would love to win a Bamboo Baby. That is the most expensive printer that Bamboo sells, the Carbon X1. You don't have to buy anything to be entered to win. You just have to be in that group during that 24 hours.
So let's start with the who.
Okay.
Who can pen for the Vendy Blendy?
Any baker. You don't even have to be in the Sugar Cookie Market group.
If you want your significant other to
absolutely
get you something,
bring them here. I'll walk them. I'll hold their hands.
Send them to pen in the group. You can be a baker. You can be buying for a baker.
People are going to ask, well, how do I pen? It's not available just yet. We need to get the VENs before we can
get the VENs before we get the pens.
So when I get the 20 VENs, then you'll pen.
We're waiting till exactly 20.
There's no point in hyping it up.
You're right. You guys gotta hype it up.
Yeah, 20. This is all. Corey and I are playing air traffic controllers. You guys get the vendors and then you penders, and we can play with that. But without it, we got nothing.
And last year, I think we had 33 vendors.
I can actually tell you. I pulled it up here. How many do you think we had?
33.
We had 34.
Oh, 34. So it's not hard to get to the 20 vendors. So don't think like, oh, we're gonna do 20. We already got people lined up. Plus, we're one. So. We got one vendor.
We can buy 1/5 of a Carbon.
Now, where does this take place? This all takes place on Facebook. And it all takes place in this group that Heather will make. That will be called, what are you calling it this
Vendy Blendy 2023.
Vendy Blendy 2023. So it won't be, you don't have to give your email or anything. We're not going to send a newsletter. It's not going to be a Zoom invite. It's just through this one tiny Facebook group. That's not the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group.
Yeah, it's just a fun little day. But at the end of that day, at the end of 24 hours, everyone gets a boot. So we did who. Let's do what. It is just a shopping day. So all you really need to do is come and expect a discount.
So let me tell them what I got.
Okay.
I got 8
I feel like we're discombobulated on this podcast, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought the who, what, when, where, why.
But we went back to the who.
I know.
And then now we're back
to
the what.
I feel like
there's who, what, where, when, why. Let's go to the what you got. I don't feel involved.
Okay, I got cookie cutters.
Okay.
I got throwaway edible markers, the ones that you get for the clients.
Yeah.
Those brushes for the paint palettes.
Nice.
I got a ton of cutters. Acorn Backers was there with their 30% off.
See, that's the key, is that they're required to do 20% off, but they can do more than 20% off. And some smart Vendys,
some did.
You know what? Back to Meredith Parnell and her husband who do Sugar Dash Co. They signed up at the 20%. And then right before I opened it, she's like, you know what? 30%.
Oh, nice.
Make it happen.
Nice. I got like jam filling.
Oh.
That you could use in your macarons or things like that. It was homemade.
I'm pretty positive it was from 2 years ago.
It was. I'm just going over whatever we got.
So yeah, this will be our 3rd year, but keep going.
Yeah, I got vanilla infused sugar.
That was from last year.
Yeah, I thought that was delicious.
Yes, there's a lot. You may read some of the shops that were on there.
Are you going to read their names or what they sold?
I'm going to read their shop names.
Well, they're not vendors this year.
I know. Wow. I will not be reading your shop names until you commit. But that is, so who, what, where? Facebook. It's only on Facebook. Kind of annoying, but it is only on Facebook. That is where you'll find the lists of everything. If you don't have Facebook, I would encourage you maybe a profile this one day.
I know. I think the number one question that we've gotten every single year, 2 years that we've done this.
Absolutely, all the 2 years.
I've asked to join the group and they've not let me in. Nobody is let in till that midnight on the 25th.
I actually let the vendors and their assistants in a couple days before, and I run through some rules with them. So a couple of days leading up to Black Friday, you're going to see about 20 to 30 to 50 people in there, and I'm just helping getting them used to it. And then I clean out all my posts that I make, and then we open the floodgates.
Yeah. Heather actually does good. If you're a vendor and you're listening to this, Heather gives you tips and tricks, marketing know-hows and nuggets on how to make the most of your post that you get to make in that group.
Yeah, that was where the Vendy's kind of made a mistake because it was like, hey, everything that I posted for you guys gets deleted because I don't want people to see how the sausage is made. And people were like, why'd you delete it? I needed that. I was like, it's been up for a week.
Gotta make more money.
You can pay me more. But yeah, so the who, what, where, when. So it is on Black Friday and it is on Eastern Standard Time clock.
It's only for 24 hours.
Right. So you're saying, what? What are you guys saying? So this group exists only for this one day. At the end of the day, I pay our virtual assistant, who is a saint, till Corey booted him.
You didn't pay me.
You booted
That's why I
the guy. We have this virtual assistant who does some of this like repetitive task. He really likes it. And he messages me at like 2 a.m. on the day after Black Friday, and he's like, I've been removed from the Vendy Blendy group, but he can't remove other people if he's been removed. And I was like, you know what? Give me just a second. I said, Corey, are you pledging in that group? And she's like, yeah, I'm helping you. I said, you removed the guy that's doing his job.
Punishment said, I'm not going to read. I'm going to let him go back to bed, and you have to do the rest.
So that's how the Facebook group works. So you penned until that day at midnight Eastern Standard Time on Black Friday, which is, Corey has a problem with understanding where 12 a.m. is. So like, okay, you say it's 9 p.m. I'm going to go to bed on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Then your head hits the pillow.
Yes.
And then at 10, 11, 12 a.m. So it's the middle of the night one.
Middle of the night.
That's when I open the floodgates.
Yeah, that's when you set your alarm. You get in there. And you go to the top of the group, see, 30%, 20%,
Mm-hmm. It's all in a spreadsheet. It's beautiful. You can download it. You can shop all day. However, people do sell out, so I would shop earlier than later. And then throughout the day, I actually just keep adding anybody who requests to join. But at midnight, 24 hours later, so back to another 12 a.m., the middle of the night one, this guy comes and removes you all one by one.
Yeah. And then it's shut down. So hopefully 2020.
Every single post in the group is deleted at midnight as well, which people are like, no, like you can see like, no, yeah, no, it's not. Someone's like, I feel like I genuinely lost something. So that is how the Vendy Blendy works. So needless to say, it's on November 25th, 2023 from midnight to midnight. You can sign up as a vendor for $150, which goes into the door prizes we use to market the vendor blender. You can sign up at sugarcookiemarketing.com/you'll never guess Vendy, Vendy. V as in Victor.
E as in Edward.
N as in Nathan.
S in what?
Nathan.
I was just finding myself more time. D as in Dirk.
Dirk?
Dirk Spenley.
Oh,
Dirk Spenley.
Y as in Yolanda. You gotta have another Y. What male name starts with a Y?
Y? I was going to say Keith, but then that would be Yeeth.
So who, what, where, when, why? Why do we do this?
We hate sleep. Here's the thing. We're all going to be buying from discounts that have happened on Black Friday. I know before we had the Vendy Blendy, I would be shopping, but I'd be at shop to shop. I'd be like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten this from that shop. If we all had it in one place, how easy would it be?
Right. So here's what I want to promise to the folks that are signing up. I'm holding the vendors to a high standard, right? So here's kind of what they can expect. I'm going to just pull this over and kind of read what I got. That there has to be 20 vendors. And if there's not 20 vendors, nobody has to worry. They're pretty little ahead about it. We're just going to scrap it.
We're all going to have a good night's sleep.
You're like, are you doing that for the FOMO? Maybe, but mostly for sleep. We don't make a ton of money. If anything, we lose money on this, but it's so fun.
It's so fun.
The event doesn't offer vendor exclusivity. So that means Corey and I are actually trying to get as many cutter shops this round as we can because I think that's what Corey says people's.
I love stocking up.
So cutter shops and baking supply shops?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Registration is first come, first serve, and we'll close. Okay, I'm going to say 2-year runtime. We've had enough vendors to be able to shut registration early.
True.
So I'm going to put money on.
Capping it?
Yeah.
You're capping it?
Well, I cap so it gives us time to create the list and kind of streamline everything. Like I got to have everyone in that group ahead of time.
We're starting early, so it gives you plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. So then you pay $150. You can do this from the form. Do recommend filling out the form online. It's got quite a few questions because I want to make sure I get everything from you off the bat. I don't have to keep coming back. But that $150 goes to giving away these 2 bamboo printers. If you don't know anything about bamboo, look them up. Best thing I ever bought.
Right. If you sign up for the vendor blender, no refunds. You are a Vendy Blendy
Vendying.
Make it work as that project won't run.
Each one of those bamboo printers is valued at $1,500 with 20 Vendys at $150. That's where it goes to.
Nice.
Any extra vendor money is put back into promotional ads.
Yes.
So it's really, we're just pouring back into the cup. Then we'll just spam the HE double hockey stick out of this.
Spam them.
I'll say the first vendor, if you want to sign up as a vendor right now, guess who's going to be a feature on the podcast next week? Nice. It is my promise to spam our audience.
And if you want to sign up as a vendor and send like...
why are we so pressed about this?
I don't know. I feel like...
I know what you're about to say and I think it's a great idea. Keep going.
Wait, tell me what you think I'm going to say.
A demonstration product to use in a promotional video.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
If you're going to be a vendor and you want to send something to get... I'll make a video about it. I'll post it to our social media channels.
Talk about a great
so I'll talk about the Vendy Blendy, you being at the Vendy Blendy, and whatever you sent being there at
great.
the Vendy Blendy.
I love it. I'll add that as an option when people check out so that they get the address.
I'm always looking for content, man.
You are. All 15,000 of the people on Instagram. And then, okay, so I said we'll close registration on November 11th. That gives me 2 weeks to just firm it all up. And they get in 1 week early. Yeah. And then we'll make posts hyping the vendor shop. I know we put it on the Instagram stories. I know we put it on the Instagram feed. We put it on the Facebook page and stories. And then just honestly, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think I did a demonstration of the vendor blenders. I know we did a podcast on it. I think I did a Facebook Live on it.
And I think you do a post in the main group, like with their, am I correct saying that?
Oh, every vendor gets an announcement.
That's
post.
what I thought.
Yeah, and I think I collect a lot of the information from here. I say, because I want to know and we'll get to that in just a second, some of the content that will be promoted for you.
Oh, nice. Like, what do you mean?
I'm going to tell you. So one thing I want to know when everyone signs up is what's your bestseller and what's your second bestseller and what's your tertiary bestseller.
Nice.
That way people kind of know like, oh, this is what this person is known for. So we had Cutter Shop saying, here's my best-selling plaque.
Oh, nice.
Which was great. So I was able to say, hey, listen, this is what this person sells the most of. It means people want it. Why don't you go get it?
Oh,
and
yeah.
at this
so
discount.
it kind of takes the guessing out of what should I buy from them.
Right. Because otherwise you could get in a sea of
You
Cutter Shops.
You could get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. So I have a primary category. Here's the categories that we'd encourage people to sign up for. Baking classes and courses. Baking ingredients, cookie cutters, and STL files.
Oh, yeah, STL files.
Digital downloads, like people do the cookie cards and things like that.
People do recipes that
very
are
nice,
digital
very
download.
Nice. Photography or staging gear, which is awesome, with backdrops and stuff. Physical baking supplies, like you said, the paintbrush.
Paintbrushes, spatulas.
Yeah, those kind of obscure things. Recipes, shirts and apparel. Love me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Those are great.
You know who you are if you're listening. And then something not listed, which ideally that's where they fit categorically, but there's some other things that people added last minute, so I had a catch-all.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But the requirement is that every vendor has to be baking related directly. It can't be like, your feet hurt, here's a pad to stand on. Like, I get that is a thing, but we got to keep it a little bit closer because we got to keep it streamlined. Yeah. So it has to be directly baking involved.
I will say, like, scribe people. Yes.
Cutter shops, absolutely.
Absolutely. I forgot STL files is a great one for you people who have the printer. And for whoever who wins, the Bamboo Baby.
Lucky people. I think we ended up giving away the Eddie the next morning in the main group. Because I had to close it down and let Summer pick. And we had met for, we met at the mall. So she was picking at the mall and then we made the announcement the next day. But yeah, so in there, and then I have a place where you can upload pictures.
Hey, cookie packaging. Guys.
That's a great one.
We will sell you out.
It's a great one.
We will. I know I gotten some cute stuff from Cute Cookie Kits. I think she had the cute. Heather said I gotta get closer to the mic. I didn't move.
You're slinking down in your chair.
I'm not move. But cookie packaging, we haven't had a ton of those. If you want to bring your little packaging game over,
that'd be a solid bet.
That would be a good one. Especially because Christmas will be right around the corner.
And they could all calendar people. Wouldn't that be too late for Christmas orders at November 25th? We'd almost have to be doing Valentine's Day stuff.
Hey,
whatever you guys want to sell.
Stock up for next year. You guys with plenty of storage.
I know that some people actually have application sign-ups, so Cutter organization and stuff like that. Yeah. And I know we had a directory, like a listing directory.
Was one too.
And that's stuff that is open as well. If you have a unique product that we may not have as an option, just sign up.
Yeah, like an invoicing software.
Worst case, if you don't fit the what we're kind of looking for, I'll just give you $150 back. There's no shame in that game. It just has to be baking related.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No supplements. Even if they make you live longer and they're happier.
Make you a happy baker.
So who, what, where, when, and why. We do it kind of because it's just kind of fun. And it is, if Corey and I are honest, we get to work with a group of 40,000 people. So maybe that does give us a little bargaining power to turn around to the vendors and say, hey, let's strong arm you a bit and let's find a common ground where everyone wins and wins.
I feel like the Vendy Blendy, everyone does win. And we've gotten such great responses back from people in the past who have been vendors for it. So I
know last year you and I did a door prize of 2 people winning a year in the cookie college on top of our 20% off. I think we came in at 25% off.
Are we 25% off this year? Nah, 20. I'm screwed.
So that will be the Vendy Blendy. Now, if you know of a vendor that you think may be interested, have them check out the form or email me directly. I'd be happy to walk them through it, give them some information, let them have some time to think. But I will say those who, what is it like when early bird gets a worm?
Early bird does get the worm. You get then be announced on every podcast up until the
Let's say for every vendor that signs up, we start the podcast with their information.
What if 2 sign up at the same time?
We'll start the podcast twice.
Again, early bird gets the worm.
The firstie that signs up gets featured first. So I'm saying, at the end of the day, Corey and I will be a vendor again this year. We weren't actually a vendor the first year. We had nothing to sell.
We didn't. We were selling our souls.
So we had a great time with it from a business standpoint.
From even ours, and we're putting the whole bad boy on.
You know, we had 35 vendors last year, and I sent out an anonymous 34. I sent an anonymous form. Would you go back? It only had one question, like, would you do this again? Only one vendor said no.
It's just like when you recommended by 9 out of 10 dentists. The other one has no taste. Just kidding.
The other one is Crest. But yeah, so if we've got 33 people willing to come back again.
I know.
I would love some fresh faces. I'd love some old faces. I mean, could we surpass 34?
I think we can if we all tried. Now that we're giving it a little bit more runtime than normal, we all know how to bombard someone's DMs.
Let's bully people is what we're trying to say, okay? So you get out there and you harass their DMs.
Yeah, you can't ask them too much. What's the worst? They say no?
Great. Rude. But you can send them the link to either check it out. They don't have to sign up, but they can I'm kind of walking you through when you go to that form, what to expect at sugarcookiemarketing.com/Vendy. If they do want to sign up, everything they need is there for me to collect information and their money to put towards the 3D printer.
I have a podcast poll for you.
Go ahead.
Ask them who's bought something from the Vendy Blendy.
See, here's the one rule about the Vendy Blendy is outside the Vendy Blendy, we're not allowed to talk about it. So they think it's so crazy.
I know.
But Corey and I said, let's break our own rule. Let's get people. So the vendor shops, if you're a cutter shop and you're going to pre-print stuff, now would be that time.
Now would be the time, especially if you know the holidays are coming up. You got Valentine's Day right around that corner, really filling up your shop. I love to buy enough to get free shipping. So give me enough options to get there.
I do have some prereqs, though, to be a vendor. Okay. You have to be in good standing with the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group. If you've been kicked out of the group, probably best that we don't try this.
Stay out of the Vendy Blendy.
Yeah. So if you have been removed from the group and you do sign up, no sweat. I'll refund you. No hard feelings. Also, why'd you break the rules? But whatever. Probably for selling, if I could guess. Okay, my product deals directly with the cooking and baking world. Want to make sure that we're really close to that there. My product or service is not multi-level marketing related. Don't want to have to deal with that. I know also you can get a lot of trouble for that from your company owner. My shop is currently up and running and ready to handle orders. I know the first year we had an issue with people.
A little bit of learning curve.
Yeah.
People saying, yeah, I'm going to sign up. I don't have a shop to start.
Yeah, so we need that shop to be up and running long before. I need your kinks worked out before November 25th. I will be available for questions and product demonstrations on November 25th. Now, that one is not a requirement. However, why would you not get your money's worth?
Yeah, a lot of times you're the only ones as vendors that can make posts, but on those posts, people can ask you questions. You're going to make more sales when you're available to answer those questions.
It's like we're a marketing podcast.
It's, You know.
I'll say last year, one vendor never made any posts, and I think they made fewer sales, and I hated that for them. I can't make you guys make posts, but you do have the 2 the 2 image posts, and then you have the 1 Facebook Live, which if you don't want to do the Facebook Live, you can do a 3rd image post. But let me encourage you that the Facebook Live hits the algorithm and notifications a little differently.
It does.
So I'm going to tell you.
You can get interactive with your people, answer the questions right
The Parnells get it.
They get it. And your live can be up to 10 minutes long. So that's a long
That's
time.
a lot of demonstration.
And guess what? Like everything's like either you go sit in line at Target or they can watch your video.
Absolutely. And that will live in this group for the entirety of the thing. Now, some vendors ask, when should I post? I can give you recommendations on when I know that group will be most active. However, you can post at whatever time your schedule allows for. If you're like, well, I'm not actually going to be in town, you can schedule your posts to go up before you leave. And when the group goes live, I'll just let them all through.
But then
would not be ideal for marketing, but it is still something over nothing.
Yes.
My shop's website host will be ready for a larger influx of web traffic on this date. We did have that issue last year, is that some of these websites were overrun. So it's on the vendors to have their hosting platform upgraded for more traffic.
If your site goes down, that's time out of your pocket, money out of your pocket that people could be buying from you. But instead you're doing, the back end work that no one can see.
Kind of understand that people are 1 click away from losing interest. So we want to make sure that click lands them into your shop.
Yes.
We also I have a well-communicated return, shipping, and fulfillment policy in place. Corey and I will not be dealing with issues.
That's why the vendor blender, that's why the words Vendy Blendy are not prohibited to be spoken after the Vendy Blendy.
If you didn't get your cutter, that's between you and the shop. The shop, it's your job to make sure that these clients are happy. They can't come to us and leave a bad review in the group, but they can leave you a bad review on your Etsy shop.
Yeah, it's been rare that we've had issues, but if they have arrived,
nothing did arrive. That was a problem.
They've arisen.
That's one thing I collect from them is a shop email, and I publicly post that. So we're
that
cutting ourselves out of this middleman thing. And then the discount minimum is 20%. Again, the more discount you offer, and that goes into your announcement post. Like, this person is offering even more than we thought.
So you can give more than 20% off if you want to.
The only thing I ask is that you don't sell a competing product to the Cookie College. It's kind of weird for me. The best membership course ever. Besides that. So that are basically the only rules.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'll coach whoever signs up on how I know the group moves, now that we've done it for 2 years, on how to maximize the most exposure and thus pocket the most cash.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it is fun. It is a win-win for everybody but me and Corey and Zequel, because we don't take it that night.
It is stressful.
But yeah, what a fun little shopping. And then everyone's like hyping in the holiday mood.
I know. It really just puts you in like a good space. People were like buying up stuff.
Why not? Why buy full price when Ross is there?
I know.
Why spend all? Here's the thing. I was going to buy some stuff from Abercrombie. Whoever knew that they came back from our childhood.
I know they did.
And I had all the stuff in my cart, and they were running. Somewhere had told me that they're running some kind of sale, and then I refreshed the cart, waited a couple days, to think it over, and all the sales are gone. And now I cannot bring myself to buy anything at full price because I saw what it was like. Cheaper.
I know. You should have jumped on that.
Yeah, I know. So now I can't buy it. But that is what the magic of the Vendy Blendy is.
It's a lot of fun, guys. Even just to be in there, you don't have to buy anything. You can actually join the group. Just look around if nothing, tickles
Window
your fancy.
shop, man. Ain't nobody had.
But they're doing giveaways all through the day.
Oh, and the requirement for the giveaways, nobody has to buy anything from you. Yes. It has to be a giveaway and the winner has to be chosen by midnight.
Which is fantastic. So even if you're in there and you happen to win something, I'm jealous.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and there's, again, no requirement to spend any money to be able to enter to win the 3D printer or the door prizes. There is no requirement. I think the thing I did allow them is if you say, go like my Instagram or something like that.
I think you did.
Yeah, but there was no monetary or fiscal requirement.
Except for taking that thumb and liking their Instagram.
The time you spend. And while you're at it, go give Cora a like on Instagram because she needs it. So that will be the vendor blender, and that will be November 25th. I'll be calling it November. Get used to that. Yeah. And then we'll actually probably feature a podcast again dedicated to the people who are actually,
especially
where we read what their bestseller is and things like that. And they can sign up. You can harass your favorite Vendys to sign up at sugarcookiemarketing.com/Vendy. I do suggest using it on a computer to fill that out because there is a payment portal. I want to make sure that we capture all your attachments and stuff like that.
Me and Heather, the first year of the vendor blender, like, we're so nervous people were going to tell us, like, no, I don't want to be a part of your stupid vendor blender.
I have a problem with rejection, okay? What do you want me to do?
So we would be like, should we message these people?
They were like, we don't want to do it. So you know what? I'll never buy it from you again.
So help us help ourselves and reach out to your favorite vendors.
Cutter shops, packaging shops, digital download shops, t-shirt shops.
Running powder shops. If you're out there.
And then we will just start harassing people because it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's so fun.
Okay, let's move on to events. Are we wrapped up for the event?
Yeah, we're wrapped.
That's good. That was a solid bit.
It started off a little...
I know they're thinking you guys just phoned this in because you didn't have a podcast topic, but this was the topic. It does sound like we phoned it in.
It does.
But it was intentionally phoned in. It's a good event, and I think it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to expose if you're a newer cutter shop.
And giving you more runway.
To prep your shop, to order new supplies. Right now, it's still in August. You could order whatever you need from your suppliers and slap your branding on it.
Man, scribe people?
Why do you want scribes so badly?
Huh?
Why do you want scribes
Just
so badly?
collect them. I still use the cheapo ones from Amazon, but I collect the other ones.
Do not make the mistake and put those to the dishwasher. You're going to have the rust central. So that is the Vendy Blendy. So going on to events, Heather Campbell Berkshire is a sponsor and Disney trip planner. And would you guess she picked out the happy hour location?
We almost tried to buy Disney high heel shoes, sold out.
Yeah, for the happy hour.
Out.
We were going to walk by Aldo, whatever you want to call it, the shoe shop, my favorite. The shoes hurt the most. But everything there is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like, Corey, look, it's Disney. On one high heel shoe was Mickey. On the other high heel shoe was Minnie.
So cute.
So I go up, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed to the person when you ask for shoes, and I can tell they're avoiding me. And I'm like, hello, can I get this in a giant size and then Corey size? And she's like, this is literally the last pair in the mall.
Yeah. Then Heather looked online, sold out.
Sold out. But they're super cute. So if you have a size 6.5, go to Tyson's. You get that last pair.
But that's coming up. It's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know.
What was that?
I don't know. You keep talking. I'm going to find out what I want to say.
I don't think it was anything.
Oh, it was. It was a little metal screw.
What did you do? From your chair?
No, I think it's from the
You're so dumb.
Where did you go, buddy? It's the Cookie Con.
Cookie Con's in 2 weeks.
Corey and I will be down there on Tuesday. That is the day before the add-on classes start. Not the day before the opening ceremony.
I think it's before the Cookie Con starts in general.
Yes. So if you're there on Tuesday, which is the 30th, I got to pull it up real quick. I have it right here. If you're there on Tuesday, August 29th, Heather Campbell Berkshire is like, these people do not know how to read. We will be there at 5:30 at the Rosen Shingle Creek Hotel, which is where the convention is held. So you're not leaving anywhere.
Mm-hmm. First drinks on us.
Yeah, and we'll be at the Headwaters Lounge. Thank you, Heather Campbell Berkshire, for finding that. I almost promise you it's where we did it 2 years ago.
Do you think?
Something
I wouldn't
about
know
it.
until I went there and saw.
Yeah. It was COVID when we went, so there was no tables, and everyone was wearing
that's
masks.
true, yeah.
But we'll get there just a little bit before 5:30 and kind of just find an area. And it's just a laid back, do not dress up.
Just hang out.
Just find a bro and then have a drink, whether it be a Diet Coke or a glass of wine.
I'll be sure that I make Heather shower. So if you would like to take a photo with her, it will be.
You want to take a photo with me?
Me take a photo with you?
Do you?
No.
We got matching outfits at the mall. You can take the twin out of the womb, but you can't take the woman out of the twin. But we'll be at the Headwaters Lounge.
It's pouring the rain.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to rain today.
Oh, my soul.
Wait, it's so humid you could swim to your car.
It was very humid, it was.
But speaking of Heather Campbell Berkshire, she is a Disney trip planner as well. So if you want her to plan your Disney trip, I know it's a little late to, if you got the funds for it, fly down to Disney in 2 weeks.
Take the fam with you.
Yeah, that'd be so crazy. But either way, she's a Disney trip planner through and through. She knows a lot of special things that happen around Disney. So if you're like, well, I can't do it this Cookie Con, but I was thinking of taking my family in the winter and spring, definitely check her out. Her information, and she posts a lot in the event, the Cookie Con Florida SEM Happy Hour event. Find her there. Save her information.
You're
go to
probably
Disney.
like, well, I'm getting ready to send like a bundle for Disney. I don't think I can afford a Disney planner. Free. Disney planners are free. They're paid by Disney. So if they can book you, save you some money, it's nothing out of your pocket. Highly recommend. a Disney adult to be your planner.
Use the Disney trip planner to the fullest extent one time when we went.
No idea. What
and hellfire reigned supreme in Corey's eyes when they said, "Ma'am, that is not the ticket to enter the park. Do you have a magic band?" And we were like, "A magic what?" That was crazy.
You were saying magic fast.
You were mad. She was a magic band. But yeah, so that will be in 2 weeks. Doesn't that feel like it's been so far away?
Insane.
Yeah.
Not ready. Kind of ready, not ready.
We actually missed the podcast because we come back on that Tuesday.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. Do you want to do the podcast on Wednesday?
I don't know. If I see that many times a week, I might need a little break.
Oh, no. We come back on Wednesday. We'd have to do the podcast on a Thursday.
Wow.
So we will not have the podcast because Corey and I will be done with each other that week. We'll return back to you. So we'll do the podcast next week, and then we're going to skip the next week because we'll be gone.
I guess we'll have to.
How crazy. Love it, though. And then you guys will have a blast at CookieCon because CookieCon starts on the 30th and then continues until the 2nd.
Wow.
And then puts us in September.
Then we'll be in September.
Can I wake you up when it ends? We'll throw back there to those millennials listening. You're looking at me for guidance.
Next up is, what is the cookie college? If someone's just hearing about that, is it weird they get to go to college and eat cookies?
That would have gotten a
would have gotten
a 4.0. That was that. The Cookie College is the brainchild of Corey and I. We actually launched it on August 31st, 2021.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was the day before we drove down to CookieCon. Like I said, it always gets done at the last minute.
Last minute. We weren't even almost ready. I accidentally just sold it. Opened the doors.
Yeah, I woke up in the morning. I was like, because we were going to have a launch day and then a launch time, at 10 a.m. you can sign up. But I woke up and people were signing up and they were like, oh my goodness, I didn't think it was going to get accepted, but it did.
When you said launch day, I thought you meant lunch day.
Algorithm. So that was 2 years ago. We have members that are still with us from the day we launched, and that's because we keep adding content to it. And I know Corey has just posted yesterday the Halloween class, which is a class we'll actually be teaching locally as well. Walk us through it.
So if you have never heard about the cookie class kits, me and Heather have made a big part of our business teaching cookie classes. We've gotten really good at it. We have people that are always signing up. We're sold out months in advance. And what we did was teach you how to do that as well. So cookie class kits makes it easy to teach cookie classes. It's 4 colors because we don't have time to make more than 4 colors.
We've only ever taught classes with 4 colors in it because I can't helicopter another color.
I cannot.
One time you made me do 5 colors for the burger class.
It was horrendous.
Hated that.
So we make it 4 colors. We choose the designs for you. They're always themed out. So we had a fun honeybee theme that had a honey jar, a bee, a honeycomb, things like that. This Halloween one is obviously going to be Halloween. We have a cute bat, a black cat, ghost, a witch finger, and then a spider web. What is the last one?
Is it another animal? Cat? Do you say it?
It says cat.
You have it on your phone. So wait, hold on, let me guess. A witch finger? A cauldron.
Cauldron. It's the cutest one.
Bubble, bubble, bubble.
So we're definitely doing a themed Halloween one since everyone's experiencing
I'll say
Halloween
this class is easy enough that you could easily turn it into a DIY kit for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Corey and I, 2020. So COVID had shut down a lot of things, and everyone was like, are we allowed to trick or treat? Are we not allowed to? So Corey had given a DIY kit to a lady who ran a Facebook group for local moms.
Yeah.
And it's sold out. I'm not sure if we just hit the market with COVID or something, but those
no
DIY
one was going
kits.
Trick or treating, so they were like, "Oh my goodness."
Here's a question I have for you about Halloween classes.
Okay.
So Halloween falls on a Tuesday, 31st. When would you?
The Saturday before it.
Kate, you and I did that. That's Jeremy's birthday, by the way. That's Jeremy's birthday, so don't forget. You and I tried to teach a class very close. I think it was actually on Halloween Day a couple years ago.
There's no way I would have done that on
Halloween it didn't do
Day.
well.
I would not have taught that knowing I would take Archer trick-or-treating.
Do you think it was the day before?
Maybe, but it wouldn't have been on the day.
Anyways, but the class we're teaching in October is I think we're doing it on the 14th. Way early.
Wow, it's way early.
Or at least the 21st. What do you think?
Well, we've already sold out, so.
Yeah, but it's probably important that we know when we're going to do it. So Corey and I use Eventbrite. Anyways, if you want to sign up for the Cookie College or Cookie Class Kits, the Cookie College is $76 a month. You can sign up for 1 month, snag all the stuff there, and then cancel your membership. Or you can sign up for the Cookie Class Kits if you're like, hey, I'm just here to do cookie classes, and that's $63. And you get all 9 classes. And either membership you get on, we're doing it on the 21st. Okay.
You're so crazy.
What?
We're doing what on the 21st?
Teaching the class.
You said the 14th.
I just didn't realize it wasn't memorized in my head.
If you guys are thinking about teaching classes now and you're like, hey, I want everything to be successful at classes, the Cookie College teaches you how to market classes, how to use newsletters, how to build that list. So it's working for you even after this busy season. But 'tis the season to teach classes starts now.
You want to tell them what we're working on?
I think we have spoken on this last week, but the biggest month for classes is December. A lot of people coming into town, kids off school, people coming back from college and being at home with their family. They're always looking for something to do. So what we've discovered is that it is a cash grab to have cookie classes in December. You could have them every week and they'd probably sell out. So what we're doing is the cookie class kits that typically would drop on November 1st, we're actually dropping it early. And giving you a little bit more information on how to market a Christmas cookie class so you can start now, fill those seats, and be successful come December.
Love it. And that will be dropping soon when you get to it.
When I get the cutters.
But you got the designs. They're very cute.
We already got the designs, and I think they're adorable.
Yeah, that'll be great. So that is the Cookie College. You can check it out at thecookiecollege.com. If you go there and you say, well, it says it's closed, that individual class is closed. We actually don't sell classes individually yet. So you get a lot more classes in a membership. You just got to find those membership buttons. So before you go clicking on random stuff like you guys do.
We like clicking, man.
And if you can't find the link to check out, that's a marketing faux pas on my end, but message me, I'll get it to you. So moving on to our text. Can I pull them up?
You can pull 2 up.
You're rude. I don't like being restricted.
No more Zen 2.
Okay, here's one. It's actually about, you'll never guess, the Vendy Blendy.
Nice.
So we've got a text from 732 area code. Okay, I need help. What the heck is a bamboo baby? Heather mentioned it when talking about the Vendy Blendy. P.S. I cannot wait. Second year attending. And if someone is doubting if they should be a vendor or not, all caps, do it. You'd almost think we paid her for this. No. I've never wanted to spend money more. Teresa at Flour, Eggs, and Yeast. So a bamboo baby. A bamboo is a company that creates 3D printers. Right now they have 3. They have the one that we're giving away.
Yeah.
At CookieCon. We're giving, or not CookieCon, at the Vendy Blendy. Mm-hmm. There's 2 of those that we're giving away. Each one is valued at $1,500. So
which one do you have sitting right here?
The carbon. That's that one.
Oh, that's the one we're doing?
You'll be getting that one. You'll be getting 2 people will be getting that big old bowl right there.
Wow. But it is just a 3D printer that's by the brand Bamboo Baby.
We've added the baby because they do become a child. And then Bamboo also has the P1P and the P1C or something. The difference between those are actually the same printer, but one has a couple more features, and they actually just launched it last month. Oh. Their original, the P1P.
Are you sad you got this guy?
This is the daddy of both of those.
Oh, okay.
So no.
Sugar daddy, sugar baby, I see where you're going.
Sugar daddy baby. But the cheapest one is $600. It's $100 off right now. There are cheaper printers. I have come from cheaper printers. I actually came from $150. Let me tell you guys,
requesting Heather to make a cookie cutter from a cheaper printer. 5 to 7 business
Hey, listen,
days.
You have to have one therapy appointment before you click print because it's that devastating.
But Heather's
when it works.
getting this. If you listened to the podcast last week, it printed it out 2 cutters in 30 minutes.
And it printed them out without a shadow of a doubt, although it has an extra feature of the mid-range, their new one, and this one have built-in cameras, so I can Wi-Fi watch the printer from anywhere and control the printer as well.
And
so pause or
from your phone.
Huh? You don't need to scream at it. Everything comes out perfectly. I'd marry this thing if it had a ring.
So crazy.
You 3D print the ring.
There you go.
So that is the Bamboo Baby. And again, at the Vendor Blend, if you get 20 Vendies, we'll be giving away 2 of the Big Data ones. Here we have a text from 281 Erica.
281.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, Tammy from Texas.
Oh,
Texas. Since the SAM group has grown so much in the last year, I thought it would be great to remind and tell everyone to look into the many lives in the Facebook group. There's a wealth of free information learning in these videos. Just want everyone to get as much from the group as possible. Love you, ladies. And she's got a great point.
That is honestly a great point. So if you are unsure what we are talking about, bakers can sign up to do Facebook Lives within the SEM group that talk about something that they have experienced, that they know. We have ones like people go through how to use Canva. We have one people...
Allergy-friendly baking basics with Kim Sims. Let's talk about 3D printing with Sam Optenbosch, who loves a Bamboo Baby. insurance, what does it mean? And do I even need it? With Michelle Lewis, who has been an insurance agent for 20 years. I did think that she was just shopping around and had some tips. Sure. Then we have Come Along for a Horse Trailer Tour. We have How to Teach a Cookie Class with Amy. That was a great one. The Basics of Designing in Canva Pro with another Amy, spelled a different way. Stencils 101, Royal Icing Method with Jessica Wolf. There's a lot here.
I learned how to make macarons from one.
Yeah.
Meredith.
Yeah. How to plan your Halloween offerings in 1 hour with Jessica Gonzalez.
Be good to watch.
I'll say roughly we have 150 of these you can watch. Yeah. 150. And I have some more to add.
Oh, nice. So people are always doing them, but you have to go back and rewatch the old ones. There's so much amazing information there, and it's absolutely free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just literally watch it.
Last year in July, Heather Campbell Brookshire taught Christmas in July gingerbread houses with Heather, which you could take now and have an offering for a gingerbread DIY kit or a gingerbread event come Christmas.
I would say a gingerbread decorating class.
That'd be so cool. We should do that.
We should do that.
Could we do it? We don't even know how to assemble anything.
I don't even know how to make a gingerbread.
I'll 3D print it, okay?
Got it.
So there's just a ton of information there. If you're like, well, I think I already know that. You don't know this person's perspective and this person's experiences, and we can all really learn from each other. And these folks are doing this for absolutely no money.
And if you're like, I would like to also do something for absolutely no money, you can sign up for a Facebook Live.
At sugarcookiemarketing.com/live.
Live. So, and it's anything. If you're like, I totally did a market last week and bombed. We want to know what you learned from that.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay. You said I couldn't read another one.
No, you can't read another one.
Rude. I would like to ask for forgiveness from the area code 435.
435, you can be on next week's podcast. Okay. So thank you so much for texting. And you can text in too and be part of our 2 that we read each week by texting in to, what is it? 571. 443.
No.
444.
No.
445.
What? You did not even know. We would be here for the rest of our lives. 571 556
5644.
Yeah, say it one more time slowly.
571 556 564.
I'm going to encourage you to text them because and I know you guys would rather hear their voices, but it adds a layer of, Corey wanted us to record these podcasts and put our faces.
Listen.
Look what you look like right now.
Someone requested.
Look at the mug you have sporting right now.
Someone requested us to film us while we did the podcast. They said, I want to watch you giggle at yourself.
Are you going to shower? You know that?
I'm going to shower, but I knew you were going to be showered today.
Well, I wasn't going to do it today. We'd only have one camera. We'd have to sit butt to butt. Is that something you want to do?
I'm going to ask. Text in. Would you watch me and Heather if we uploaded it to YouTube?
It would be the same audio. It would just have a visual component.
You would just be able to literally watch us bobble our heads around. Like, what is the little characters that do that?
Trolls. That's exactly what we look like.
What's the little
head bobble thing?
Yeah, they're like,
I think they're called bobbleheads. Did you say the word
I have to, the kid show. And Power Rangers.
You know, in Power Rangers, they didn't have movable mouths, so they had to have shaking heads so we knew which one was talking. That's what she's referring to. Another little millennial nod to you guys out there. So that takes us from, we've done our Vendy Blendy, our phone it in marketing tip. My marketing tip from the Vendy Blendy is, why not capitalize when somebody gives you access to something that isn't typically ready available, even if it does sound too good to be true. Let us market you. We're doing the hard work. You'll find nothing that provides this much exposure for under $50.
Yeah, and we're not your competition, so I have no problem.
You can't even sign up if you're a competition, so don't worry
about it. I have no problem screaming your name from the mountaintop.
Right, and we want to see the vendors win. That's why I'm constantly asking them, are you guys feeling you got enough exposure and stuff like that? So that's my marketing tip.
Also takes us to our sponsors. AE Core was in the Vendy Blendy last year.
AE Core has been a Vendy ride or die. She signs up the first.
She always asks about it. She said, are you going to be doing it this year? That's the only thing that gets us talking. Without her, we would be waiting till last minute. Yeah. But she said...
She asked about it this year.
She has asked about it. I think she now thinks it's a thing, though.
Good. She does not offer just 20%. She actually runs a 20% discount for the podcast, so she comes in at 30%. I thought she was going to come in at 25%.
But if you're like, I want to be guaranteed to get the backer,
you're going to need to stay up with me, stay awake with me.
or you can get it now.
She has a ton of options now.
She's a ton of options. Oh, there's so many. I have to make a video this week on the pistachio.
Do any of her boards, are they limited edition? Do any disappear?
Yeah, they do disappear.
Yeah, they do. That causes me a lot of anxiety.
I know.
Okay, go on.
She is our sponsor for this podcast. We got to thank our sponsors because without them, we would not have this podcast. They are the ones that are literally keeping the lights on and the giggles going. Acore Backers is a photography backdrop, and it's what I take all my photos on. She came out with this one. I don't know. I have to read the name. It was on the page, but it was great for Halloween, for you fancy Halloween decorators. Like, you know.
What does it take to be a fancy Halloween decorator?
You know, like you're doing like
Is it like a dark marb?
It's not a dark marb. It's almost, I don't want to say the wrong word, but it's almost like a tannish gray. Oh. Like you could put your bakes on there, it'd be fancier. Nice. You know, it's not like you know, in your face. But she has
in the Cookie College in September, we're doing a photography challenge. We do group challenges, but you're going to spearhead that. But you're going to give them some concepts to recreate.
Oh God,
you noisemaker.
They can't hear that. It's my fidget.
I guarantee you, someone's gonna be like, "I heard you squishing that the entire time."
But you can actually get your Acore Backers now if you don't want to, you know, risk it for the Vendy Blendy by using code Sugar Cookie at checkout. Also, every Sunday in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group, I post a photography tip using one of those, so you can kind of order one and not be like, "Now what do I do with my hands?" Mm-hmm. You can kind of see it. They've
been solid. That's solid content right there, buddy.
Thank you.
So if you're wondering, I know we speak just insanely fast, but it's A as in Alan, E as in
Eric,
Core, CORE, backers.com.
I thought we were going to go the whole way.
Yeah, it was going to be a lot. People are going to be like, how many names do these two know? Next up, we have the meringue powder of meringue powders. It is a Bakety Bake, the company, and the product is called Royal Batch. I don't think she sells anything else on the website, though.
No.
Yeah, so it's her Bakety Bake, Royal Batch, whatever you type in, end up there. It is a meringue powder. And for 10% off, use the code TWINS.
Well, guys, this meringue powder already has a bunch of things in it. Heather loves to say egg whites, which it does have that in there, but it also has corn syrup
for soft bite.
For soft bite, so you don't have to add any extra vanilla food extracts. So you don't have to add any extra there, and white food coloring. So it actually just whips up bright white. If you've used other brands, they're like off-colored cream, and then you have to add it to it. Not this one, bad boy.
Basically, this is the meringue powder of Crest white strips. It brightens and
whitens. So you get those punchy colors.
I'll let you know. Corey's on some kind of diet, some ketosis thing, whatever, right? So anytime when I have dessert, which we typically share, feels better that way.
Yes.
She'll say, no. And then I can't have it by myself. One, that would be eating in front of somebody that can't. And two, double calories because I have to eat all by myself.
Where are you going?
Then Corey was like, stop at Starbucks
it's called
and
market research.
Get me all the cake pops they have.
I'm researching cake pops currently.
I went and I said, I want one of each pop. And then she's like, and a caramel frap. We could have just had dessert. You drank it. So I had to go into a Starbucks and order every cake pop on the menu, which were pretty good.
Listen, look at your hand. Look at your
hand.
Corey
got me a ring. Corey got me a ring. That's my twin twist. Do you want to jump into it?
Oh, yeah.
Corey proposed.
Wait, you didn't cover Eddie first.
Eddie first. Eddie is another man's name, but it's also the name of an edible food printer. It was our giveaway in the Vendy Blendy last year, which was a huge hit.
I know.
I think it was Sarah who won. That's who Summer picked.
Wish my name was Sarah.
All right. So what it does is it directly prints onto cookies, but a lot of food. So you maybe think like an edible food printer. Confusingly, no. An edible food printer prints onto paper, and then you put it on edible paper. This is printing directly on the cookie, and it sticks like it would on paper.
I know.
It's pretty fascinating. It's almost impossible to describe.
Yeah, people are printing on the rolled buttercream, which is...
That was pretty impressive.
I know.
That was pretty impressive. So the Eddie printer gets very close to your cookie without touching it, which allows it to kind of spit the ink out very precisely. It completely replaces the need for an airbrush.
I mean, you're not having to take out a million airbrush colors.
Mm-hmm. And you're not having to buy a million airbrushes. No, Eddie ain't cheap, though.
Yeah.
So he's not like you buy it and you can discount your cookies, but you can work at scale. So when you can work at economies of scale, you can kind of pass on the discounts of buying in bulk.
I actually just sold an Eddie order. Another yoga studio.
The yoga studios. We like him.
It was a competitor of the one I turned down last week.
Really?
So I finally said,
Corey has infiltrated the yogis.
But I gave her 3 options, but I made Eddie the most alluring to her. Of course, she bought.
Why? Because you made it cheaper or faster? Stronger, better?
price the other one so high.
Because you wanted the Eddie
I
order?
wanted the Eddie.
Man, so I'm going to say, like, to put the cookie in the Eddie machine, they have a bunch of trays if you want to do funky shapes. But to just, I mean, you're looking at 3 seconds tops.
Oh, yeah. Just print. Is it beep, 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 beep,
The colors, when he lights up in the colors.
Makes
I'm
me
like,
so
well,
excited.
I don't even know if the colors are necessary, but I love it.
When I'm getting to the last few cookies of an order I'm putting into Eddie, just euphoric.
Because you're done so quickly.
Done.
Now, if you guys want to know before you get sticker shock, it's $3,000. But if you market him correctly, it'll be the best $3,000 you invested. Again, he's not something that'll just sell himself. You have to actually go. People don't understand this technology even exists. Every cookie class we have, Corey knows. I always tell people about it. But their faces will light up. A lot of times, Corey will use an Eddie printed cookie as the cookie to get like a giveaway. Like, when you go to yours, it has a little name tag on it. And people will be like, oh, when do we learn this technique? And we're like, you actually don't. It's not even that. Do you know how to print something?
Then I
Control
get sad
P?
that they don't think I'm as cool as that.
Absolutely not. But we're like, we phoned this in for you. And now you guys, but they're so impressed by the fact this technology even exists. So all that to say, Eddie doesn't market himself. People don't know about him. But if you buy, invest, and work the system.
I think it's fantastic. I'm excited about this order. I got to order another printer cartridge. Another ink cartridge.
They got to punch your red now.
Her thing is the same color. We're not going to the vendor hall.
Hush.
Otherwise, I would buy it from there.
Rude.
But her logo is the same color. I don't want to go through.
Do you need to fully commit?
Yeah.
So Eddie listens to its people, and it upgraded its magenta to be more punchy because people said, we want red and give it to us now.
Wow, nice. Yeah, but you can get Eddie. You can discover a little bit more about him and their user group, which I think
Eddie
is called
Printer Users Group.
I think it's called. Isn't it Eddie the Edible Printer Users Group?
Probably. It's very long.
It's very long.
I want to be like a Primera. That was a very, very long name.
Very long name, but they're doing great. So definitely check that out. Now sing my praises about your ring.
Okay, so I got in the car today. And you ask people this question, like, did you get me anything? Like, I don't know. You just kind of throw it out there. In the history of my 34 years walking on this blue marble, I have never received something by asking if I was purchased anything for. So I get in the car and I'm like, did you get me something? Just cuz. And Corey pulls from the back. Okay, I'll let you. I'm ruined now. This is where I'm starting. She pulls a ring box.
A ring box. If we weren't
A ring
sisters,
box.
you'd think I'd be proposing to her.
Corey's finally got me to say yes, and I said yes. But she said, I got you a ring for your birthday. Why didn't you keep it a secret?
Because it was so perfect that you were like, did you give me something?
I know. I said, I'll never not enter a car and ask if I got something now. But it's this cutest little thing. So, Corey kind of likes jewelry or whatever. When we go to look at the jewelry store, I don't buy anything because a lot of them look like engagement rings.
They do.
Just exclusively. And somebody be like, did anyone propose to you? Yeah, Navy Federal did. And said, please stop spending
We were
money.
walking through a jewelry store at the beach this past a couple weeks ago when we went. And there's just nothing that's dainty.
Yeah, it all looked like a man got on a knee.
It really did.
Yeah, so I was like, and they're like, do you want to buy anything? Like, no, I got to get the man first. But Corey got this dainty ring. Was it Quinn's Jewelers?
I went to Quinn's, yeah. It's a local jewelry shop.
She didn't go to Jared. She went to Quinn's. And then got me this very cute. So it's got these tiny little diamonds. Yes, you heard that right.
The diamonds are.
Go get your own twin. I got this one. I said yes. But it's super cute. I am very thankful. Happy birthday to me.
Let's
I gotta go buy something for Corey. Because I said, how much was it? What's a twin budget for the birthday? That's the problem when you have a birthday on the same day. You're like, might as well just slap each other with some money and be like, go spend. Or just keep your own money.
Yeah. It's the thought. Like,
Because here's what we said. The birthday gift has to be something they want, but it would never have the excuse to buy themselves. And then they have the permission to keep it because somebody else bought it.
What did we do last year?
We did not do. No, you didn't want to.
Wow, that seems so unlike me.
Yeah, I think it's because the year before gifts, the tattoo and the guitar lessons we didn't actually use. And
I know. I ended up having to give my husband's like, oh, more tattoos. So I was like, well, this $200 has just been sitting here for years. So I ended up gifting it back.
Happy birthday to me.
So I'm really negative a lot.
So I got to do a twin gift this year. So only you're getting a gift on our birthday.
Yep. Because you're wearing yours on your hand.
I love it. That was very nice of you, and that is my twin trust. So we said that if I wanted to buy a ring like this, I'd do minimalist ring.
Minimalist engagement ring.
Oh, engagement ring?
Just minimalist rings. We thought they're like dainty enough that they're cute that you wouldn't be like, oh, when's the wedding?
No. No. Okay, what's your twin twist?
What is my twin twist? Do I even have one?
Let's walk it back. What did you buy this week?
Walk it back. Walking it back.
Gosh. What did we do this past week?
I don't think we did much.
Did you talk about that stove you got?
I got a stove?
Yeah,
I did. I haven't
what?
turned it on since I really need to.
Really?
Bought all the accoutrement.
You didn't like it?
No, I did. I need one.
thought
I'm
you
a
really
visual
liked
learner.
It's a stove.
Okay, I made pork on there. And then Nate came up.
Do you want
he
to
was
talk about your cake balls?
I talked about them last week.
But you did better.
No, because I talked about it last
Can I
week.
tell that they were green on the inside?
You already did. You boo. It's like you never remember anything.
The binder.
Not the binder. Do you listen?
No.
The cake was still warm. I put the sprinkles in. The combination of all the colors turned to green.
So then she leaves them, and I'm eating them like they're crack
They're
cocaine, I'll be
tasty,
honest.
right.
And then my cousin comes from out of town, cuts one in half. She's like, why are they green? And I was like, the binder.
Yeah, Heather lied.
I didn't know. I didn't want to say, I'm not sure. I needed to sound confident.
We did get mailbag. 3 things from the mailbag.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not going to read.
How come I am only allowed to open the IRS stuff in the mailbag, but you get the fun stuff?
One of them was from Busy Baker Supplies. It is the new, this is kind of cool. It's the new metallic marker.
Oh, were you reviewing metallics and that's why she sent it?
I don't know why she sent it. She didn't even say. It just said, I really can't wait for the Vendy Blendy. Here's
got
metallic
one. See, look, we're reading. What was the shop's name again?
Busy Baker Supplies. So she did have a discount of everything on our site. It was 20% off. I don't know if it's still going, but it was her 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
So I will be reviewing that marker because I've seen people use it. And if it looks like what it does in their videos, there's silver and gold. And I think she had some other colors too, but we got the silver and gold one. Then we got something from One Smart Cooking Craft. She is a cutter shop. Sent us some cutters.
What are they?
Halloween cutters.
Oh, Halloween.
That's what she said.
Fun.
I haven't unboxed it yet. She's like, did you peek into it before you opened it? I said, you packed it so nicely. I physically
I think because you're trying to unbox it on the video.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to mess
Corey's
it up.
been doing really well at creating content that adds value to bakers. And if you want to see that content, you have to go to Instagram.
I'm reviewing all the
Sugar
stuff,
Cookie Marketing _. You can see it on Facebook.
And then Martica's Cookies. She is actually a supplier, and whatever box she sent is jam-packed full of something. It's so nicely packaged. So
There's just
when
some
I
obscure nouns
unbox
you
it,
said there.
What?
She sent something full of good stuff. Like,
Just-
what is the thing in it?
It's so nicely packed and so filled. I don't know what it is. So we're going to be unboxing it together, and we will discover what
So
it is.
how can we find out what's in these boxes?
You can find it. I'm always posting these videos to either our Facebook page, Sugar Cookie Marketing, on Instagram. It's at Sugar Cookie Marketing _ or on TikTok. It's at Sugar Cookie Marketing.
Kind of a little glitch in there. Brain kind of reset there halfway through. Okay, that takes us through the podcast. We do one more podcast and we'll take off a week and then we'll hit the Vendy Blendy. If you vendors want to sign up now, you can do that at sugarcookiemarketing.com /VENDY.